So if we can move on to our final speaker in this first session, who's Clement Lee from Lancaster University, who's talking to us about a unified approach to generating questions and answers of accessible material using R Markdown. Clement, we can see your slides, but we can't hear you at the moment. Oh, now your slides have gone to.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Yep.
I'll share my screen. Can you see the screen now?
We can. Great. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, I'll leave it like this because the full screen is not working properly. Right. So yeah, thank you for having me. And this talk is more less about delivery or engaging with students, but more about like creating materials for online teaching in an efficient way. So specifically, yeah, I've been running a lot of like workshops where you have to like create questions for the students, and you also need to like do it in both for online teaching. Now you have to like do it in create accessible documents like in HTML. But at the same time, I want to like keep the pretty PDFs, and also you have to create the same set of documents, but with the solutions. I've tried using the package in our core exams, but I struggle with it, and because I like to do things myself from scratch, and so that I can have like full control of the document. So yeah, so I decided to do it in the way that I'll be presenting. So yeah, the key point is that you just need eventually you just need one click or one command to generate all 4 documents in one go. So the recipe is that you need an R Markdown file and a make file. I'll recommend using RStudio because it is a really useful IDE. You won't need to use you won't need to type the separate questions and solutions text file anymore. You just need one file in order to generate everything. Right. So I assume that most people know that know how to write documents in LaTeX. So this is this is like the traditional way of writing a like a Beamer document. So once you have typed everything nicely, then you just generate it. But R Markdown or Markdown has become more popular these days because its syntax is much simpler. So you can compare this with the previous slide, and then you can see that Markdown is like these things that that you have to define at the beginning. There are fewer commands that required to generate all these. And also for typing each slide is much easier. The syntax, for example, you can see that this setting the scene. This is the title, so you don't need to use begin frame and then frame title, etc. So R Markdown is basically combining R with Markdown. So I'll be showing this using RStudio. So this file on the right is a R Markdown file. So you've got some normal text, but at the same time you also have some what we call the R code chunks. So you can see that the gray chunk here, it is some R code. The usefulness of like combining R and Markdown is that you can easily reproduce the document. So you don't need to use R to generate any output first and save them, and then generate a PDF or HTML. One useful thing is the use of backticks. So backticks here, for example, you can see that there's a backtick and then R, and then I've got this 2 + 1, and then followed by another backtick. This actually, when R Studio is generating the document, it will know that it doesn't. I don't want this to be printed literally. I actually want R to evaluate this, so it will actually evaluate this expression for you. So so the use of these backticks actually prompts me to allowed me to generate both the questions and the solutions simultaneously. So in order to do this, there's what we call a chunk option here. So this here you can see that include equals false. So it means that if I try to generate the PDF, you only see the questions here. So now if I change it to true, and then you will see that now I generate again, it will give me all the solution here. So these texts here under solution, they will only appear in the solutions, but they will still be in the same in the document here. So this is how I allow the solution to be to only appear in the solutions document, but not in the questions document. One issue is that you still need to toggle this option manually. So in order to do it even more efficiently, I use an automated approach with the use of makefile. So makefile is just a bunch of commands that's run everything in the background. So here I use in the makefile, I specify this include equal false, and this will give me the solution, the questions. And if I use this include equals true, then it will give me the solution. So one final thing is just to type this make command into a terminal. And then you can see that all 4 documents will be generated at the end. So you can see that all 4 documents are already there. So what if you don't need R, or you don't know about R, or if you want maths beautifully typeset in LaTeX, I would still recommend this approach, because the R parts are really optional, and also you can type some LaTeX commands and use some LaTeX environments in R Markdown. So there is some caveats that come with the flexibility with generating PDF and HTML, which is that you won't be able to use everything within LaTeX. And also you will have to be aware of which language or environment you're in, because there are a few different languages, and they the same special characters will have different roles in different language, and comments are written in different ways, etc. So I've include the link here, which is which contains the code for generating this slide, and also the templates I've shown you, and also a link to this exams package that I've tried, and I think my colleague Mark is going to talk about it in the next hour. Right, I'll stop sharing. Thank you very much.
That's great. Thanks ever so much, Clement, and thank you for putting those links up.